Suicidal. That's how labour unions in Spain have described the government's austerity measures. It's not just on the ground, but in the air too, as we just touched on briefly in that interview, where pilots say passengers are being put at risk to save cash. RT's Alexei Yaroshevsky reports.
Fly, 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 at any cost. But why pay more when you can get just about the same thing for less money? Since low-cost airlines took more than half of Spain's aviation market, many regular air companies have gone bankrupt.
Low cost.
Of course I choose low-cost flights, it's cheaper.
The seats are less comfortable, but it's not such a big problem on a trip after all.
And this discount model is supported by the state. Over the past 3 years, the larger part of the government's €250 million investment into aviation was allocated to low-cost airlines. The scheme is simple, lower expenses all round. But while passengers are happy, it's caused turbulence in the cockpit as pilots find themselves less and less motivated.
We don't have high salaries anymore. There's no prestige about our work, as it had always been. We've turned into bus drivers. We're only doing it in the skies. Nowadays, we even have to pay for our insurance and buy uniforms for ourselves. The industry has become a mess.
Since 2008, the number of recruits in Spanish flight schools has been dropping rapidly. And the general economic situation has also been affecting the quality of graduates.
The unemployment rate's already massive now in Spain. That's why many of our graduates have to take several jobs just to survive.
It is not difficult to see that degrading pilot quality may have serious consequences.
Not only has the job been suffering in Spain over the past several years, with less and less people actually willing to become pilots, but also experts say the policy of the local airlines is harming the most important thing in modern-day aviation, which is the security.
Spanish pilots' working hours are already stretched to extremes, yet new legislation to increase them to 16 hours a day is now being considered by the European Union.
If we go over the limits here, then the problem of stressed and fatigued personnel arises. For example, the law says there must be at least 45-minute breaks between flights, but in reality it's barely 20 minutes.
With 20 minutes between flights, it's almost impossible to conduct a proper check of an aircraft. At times, pilots are forced to take off without any security check.
It's clear that cheaper flying is essential to keep Europe moving during the financial crisis. But pilots and aviation specialists shudder to think what could happen if low-cost airlines increasingly cut corners and dangerously push those who keep us safe in the sky. Alexei Yaroshevsky, RT, reporting from Madrid in Spain.